Good afternoon. Thank you everybody for joining us on today's stream. Let's get started here in just a little bit. Checking the chat, make sure I don't see anything important. And then I'll give you the introduction. And yeah, this is actually going to be a really cool stream. As you can see, I've already got the window open to show you bulk streaming. So that's one of the first things. Actually, the first thing we're going to do, so I have a giveaway code that I'm going to do at the end of the stream. So all you have to do is we post it on Twitter, so the live streaming thing. So today we're showing off bulk trading, so we kind of want everybody, to be able to see it. So simply go to Twitter, go to our Twitter account. It's twitter.com/BattleCamp app, and retweet the latest one, which is just talking about today's stream right now. Retweet that. Once we get 30 retweets at the end of the show, if we do, then I'll give out a code for 50 energy. Then after that, I'm going to take a quick Q&A, and then I always do that throughout the show, but it's good to just be able to just go through the most important questions that I can see and knock those out, and then any other ones that come up along the way. And then let's see, of course, then I'll be showing off bulk trading, obviously. And then I'll do a little bit of PvP, give us some extra time, and give out some prizes at the end. Be pretty cool. It is 1 o'clock PST here. Let's see. I think I saw some other questions up here. So yeah, feel free to ask me your questions if you have them, and I'll be happy to answer the ones that I can. Let me see. So I did see a question about Phosphor Rocker getting a second Evo. We obviously, well, not obviously, maybe that's not as obvious to everybody, but we certainly have taken notice that Phosphor Rocker is one of the most popular second Evos. He has the most demand for the second Evo. We know, I think I've talked about this on the last show, we know Phenine, Webula, and the Dragon from the Dragon Raid event, and a few others. Those are really popular, but I know Phosphor Rocker really has a high demand right now. And I saw a survey that somebody put asking, which ones they'd like to see. So I love that. I love when players, ask sort of things like that. Get some really constructive feedback from everybody in the group, so that's really good to see that in BC Global. And so that also helps us, be able to see, oh yeah, Phosphor Rocker had twice as many votes as the second one, and so on and so forth, and that helps us prioritize, and it shows us your passion too, and we love to see that. As for when he'll get a second Evo, I can confirm that he will get a second Evo, but I can't say at this time when that will happen. Right now, 340 is kind of a short deadline because we're trying to get it out for Easter, which is actually this month. And so I can't say that he'll be out in 340, but if he does come out, it'll likely be 350. And in any case, we're really planning on pushing a lot of stuff, really cool stuff in 350. And even right after 340 comes out this month, in a couple weeks, I'll definitely be teasing 350, which will be pretty awesome. So yeah, so we're definitely on that. We're definitely working on it, and so it's just a matter of being able to find the bandwidth to be able to put him in there. Okay, give me a second. Nice, already up to 18 retweets. Let me give you the link to that just in case for everybody who didn't get it. Let me see, what other ones? Right, of course, the avatar spin. So we have talked about that one in the past. I think that was also another topic that I discussed in the last stream. Of course, I know that too. I think I've got 86 spins or something like that. I know a lot of other players have more than that, where they purchase all the avatar items. It is a little bit trickier than you might think, because you have to, in order to be able to use the spins for something other than the avatar items, you'd have to totally rework the spin you'd have to make sure that the people who have the spins and still have the items available, that they wouldn't be getting things that they don't want, like stones or energy or whatever it is that we'd end up deciding to do. So that is kind of a low priority because there are some other things that we want to work on, but we definitely see that a lot of people are wanting that. It just would take some engineering time and bandwidth, but we're definitely aware that people are interested in that, which is good. Let me see, give me a second. Hold on just a moment. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, let me take a few more questions and then we can move on into bulk trading. I'm really excited about this feature. It's a simple feature, I guess you could say, but it's most certainly been one of the most demanded features in regards to trading. So that's, or even overall. Let me see. Okay, somebody's asking me about the tiers. I think we mentioned this quite a bit too. The tiers are always based on, the number of players that are currently playing, not just the amount of installs, but, based on the players that are playing in the past event and the past similar event. So it's not just like, okay, so like maybe a lot of players participated in Troop Wars or whatever it was before this, but maybe they're more in Battle Royale, or maybe there were a lot more in Troop Wars, but the past Battle Royale, it was kind of lower or something like that. So design has a lot of stuff that they have to balance to make sure that it's competitive and challenging, but it's not just, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But I definitely see and hear what you're saying. I'll get more into it, but that's a good question. So someone's asking, with bulk trading, are you going to change the limit of 2 trades per day? So bulk trading, the primary function for bulk trading is just to, bulk trading really just came out of the conference call that we had, I think it was a month or 2 ago. And the biggest complaint with trading is that, you make a trade with someone and you say, okay, I've got this really powerful monster, he might be an ultra, and then I've got this epic monster and he's not quite as powerful, but maybe if I kind of traded both, that kind of even the trade or whatever, so that it'd be sort of a fair trade and attractive to whoever you're trading with. And so the problem is, though, you send the 2 trades and then they accept one and then reject the other. This is more about trying to prevent that from happening, so that you could reject all or accept all, and you'll see that in a little bit. But to answer your question, the amount of trades will still be the same. It's more about being able to lock in all those trades and make trading a lot more secure for everybody, and make it easier too. Make it easier for you to be able to trade in peace and get what you want out of the trade, and that's super important. Okay, the gold bonus giveaway. Yeah, so I did see a lot of confusion on that. So basically how it works is, for those who aren't aware, so we're doing a gold bonus thing. We'll post about it a little bit more tomorrow. I think I did post on the forums and announcements earlier this afternoon, trying to clarify a little bit of how it works. So basically, you get a gold bonus if you're in a specific tier and you reach the trophy threshold for that tier. So once you're in that tier, that's good and great, and you get the prizes for that tier once the event ends. But in order to get the extra bonus for the gold, you just need to get the amount of trophies that show up on the left side or the right side of the graph that we posted. So let's see. Let me see if I can find the screenshot. Here it is. Okay, so for example, if you were in the 1,000 to 1,250 range, in order to get the 700 gold bonus, you'd need 17 million or 17.5 million trophies. So say you were in the 1,000 range or whatever, and you only had 15 million trophies, so you wouldn't get that gold bonus if the event ended at that point. But if you ended up getting, the if you got 17.6 million trophies and the event ends and you're in that tier, then that gold is yours. So hopefully that kind of explains it. You can check the forums under announcements where I kind of show it a little bit better. Let's see. So yes, if you get more trophies than that, you'll still get your reward. But if you end up going into a higher tier, you'll have to get the trophies that's for that. So you just have to get the amount of trophy threshold for that specific tier. Let's see. Yeah, so I see that. So the question is, can there be a separate tab for the admins to see the amount of troop trophies earned per individual? So yeah, so we did a change for Battle Royale this time where basically I think it's 1,000 trophies per win times the amount of energy that you spent, since there's a slider on Battle Royale. So it's not like people aren't just doing 1 energy battles or things like that, and you get rewarded. Your troop gets rewarded for the amount of energy that you spend. But I know that kind of makes things a little bit trickier, because then you're kind of like, before you might be able to say, okay, well, this guy got 15 million trophies. That's about 15 million troop trophies. If you won those or whatever, or if you didn't lose it, you wouldn't get a fraction of those trophies. But there still is the win and loss records after every match, but I do see that it doesn't quite calculate things perfectly. It does give you an idea of how much someone is participating in the event. But I will talk to the team about it. This is still something new. I think this is only the 3rd event that we've actually had the different changes. So if players are really liking this, and then it's something that we'll definitely go on and continue doing, which I think we might. I can't speak for design at this point because it's still pretty new. But if we're doing that, then that's probably something that we could look into doing, because it'd be a long-term thing. All right. Yes, as we were saying, we will be doing a energy code giveaway if everybody retweets the last one talking about bulk trading, and then by the end of the stream, if it gets 30 retweets, then we will give away some energy. That is the link to that. So just sharing bulk trading with everybody, and even if the stream is over, everybody can go on the stream and then look and see how it goes. All right, let me take 1 or 2 more questions, and then we'll move into it. Let's see if I missed any up here. Anything happening for St. Patrick's Day? I'm not sure. 350 I think should be coming out in a month or two. I can't even remember when St. Patrick's Day is, so I can't say for sure. I don't think we actually have any. No, as far as themes go, I don't think we have anything planned for that. We do for Easter, but I don't think for St. Patrick's Day. Sorry. Let's see. 340, we're hoping to get that out in a couple weeks. I think we're trying to submit that either soon or next week. So it should be out for Easter. That's the goal. It's goal at least. Okay, let's move on to bulk trading. Let me find my window. If I don't have my window, I can't do it. Here it is. All right, cool. Let's see. Just hopefully moving it around doesn't mess it up. All right. So if you're just joining us, as I was mentioning, so bulk trading is a feature that's been heavily demanded by the players, which we respect that, and I'm really excited that we're actually going to be able to do it. So basically how it's going to work, and I'll show you a little bit, is you'll be able to send multiple trades. Say that you have, I can't remember if it's VIP 3 or VIP 4, or maybe it's 2, but basically you get an extra trade at some point. So say you have 3 trades for the day. You could trade up to 3 monsters for 3 monsters. Of course, if you're if your friend that you're trading with only has 2 available trades for whatever reason because he used one, or that's all he has for the day, then you'll only be able to trade 2 with him. But that's still the same as it works now. But in any case, you'd be able to trade 2 for 2 right away. You won't have to send separate trades or anything like that. Okay, so basically here's how it works. So go to trading just like normal. You can see the UI is a little bit different, a little nicer, a little cleaner. So step 1 is we're going to select a friend. So I think I'm logged into this one, so I'm going to select Kirito here. And then here are his monsters. So he's got some good monsters and some bad monsters, but let's just mix it up. So we want this monster, let's see, Ultra. You can see all the details a little bit nicer. Server cleaned this up so this looks a little bit better. You can see that he's perfectly evolved, which is good because we don't want an imperfectly evolved monster unless that sweetens the deal somehow, right? He is a Mender, but maybe we're going to use him as a second Evo, whatever. So select him. Let's select, actually, I don't want Kelly, I want Bradford. Let's do an Epic. He's also perfectly evolved. Kind of a feeder, but never mind that. And what other ones could we choose? Let's choose Carly here, super. Let's see. Man, I gave myself some really crummy ones. Alright, no matcha. Alright, so after I've selected all of these, I can see kind of what I've got based on the green little button there. Then I just submit these monsters for the package. This is going to be package deal, so we can see the ones that I've select. So I've chosen an Ultra, an Epic, and a Super. And then all I have to do is choose the ones that I want to give in place of that. So I think I can even select them out of order too. So here's a Super. Let's choose this Ultra. Let's see, let's find a good one. That's not so bad. And then give a Mira here. Oh yeah, that's good. Rogue Leaf Swap. So oops, I cannot do that. Okay, so I've selected 3 of these here out of order too, but they're the same amount. So we're trading a Super, an Ultra, and an Epic. And the Epic and the Ultra, I think all of these are actually not evolved. But that's fine, still can do that. So as you can see, so it's 1 for 1. So we can't trade 2 Ultras for 1 Epic or anything like that. I mean, effectively you could do something, but they have to be, you have to have the same amount. And then we just submit it. Oh, I already have another monster in the trade. That might be a bug. Let's see. Let's try to do that again. Let's do it simple. Let's keep it simple. Let's go with Epics. Epic and an Ultra. Let's try that. Alright, so let's see. Here's an Ultra, Ruby, and Newton. And there we go. Okay, so since I'm the one who sent the trade, I can still reject it if I think, oh, you know what, I accidentally clicked on the wrong monster, or maybe the person that I'm sending it to didn't realize there was something about the monster that they didn't realize, or whatever reason that you'd have. Maybe I'm not feeling this trade anymore, and I'm gonna reject it, or maybe I remember that there's another trade that I have to do that's more important. Whatever, you can reject it. You can reject the whole thing. What your friend will see, though, is he'll see the reject all button, but he'll also see the accept all button. So he's not going to have the opportunity. We trust our friends, but there are those situations where maybe you're trading with someone new or something like that, where we don't want them to be tempted to accept maybe 2 of the trades and then reject the other one, and then leave us out in the cold. So basically, if a trade is in a package sort of deal, you can, the only options that you have are to reject all the trades or all the monsters in the trade, or to accept them all. So that is bulk trading, and that's pretty exciting. And of course, it still works the same as it used to. Too many requests. Haha, that was not the joke. Sorry about that. But what I was going to say is that you can, it still works the same as far as 1-for-1 sort of thing. You can still trade one monster for another monster. But if you're ever going to do multiple monsters, now you can. Before we didn't advise it because the system wasn't built for multiple trades. But now it is, so that there's a lot less risk involved. Let me know if you have any questions on that. Let me see if I can catch up on this chat and see if I missed any. Yes. Okay, so I see a question. Are you all going to fix the monster image fail thing? Yeah. So as you can see, when we made a trade with Kirito here, or maybe it was actually mine. I think it was actually mine. I have a Valentine's monster somewhere in there. Anyway, yeah. So basically, you go in there and the new monsters from I think it's about like 320, 330. Those monsters don't have the image, and so it is really tricky to kind of see what you're doing, what monster you're actually trading. And I did make a task for that last week, and so Art's going to go through and look through it, and then try to upload those images, try to make it easier for everybody. So yeah, we do recognize that, and Art's just been super busy and haven't been able to get around to it, but we are going to try and get those updated. Let's see. So one question from Dennis is, do we still need to trade Ultra for Ultra and Super for Super? Yes. So say you had, I think I could show you. Here, let's see. Let's cancel that one. Let's see if it'll let me do that. So basically how it works is you're still going to need the same amount of monsters. So for example, if I chose this rare here and a super, and these are the two that I want, but then I choose a super and maybe another super, it's not going to let me do that. So you must still trade monsters of the same rarity. So bulk trading is, like I said, it's more of a security thing. Hearing everybody's feedback that we still want you to be able to trade monsters of the same rarity, because otherwise, that kind of creates imbalance in the game. But you still can trade the various monsters within those parameters. Okay, let me see if I have any other questions. Okay. Oh, also, let's see. Okay. Oh yeah. So also, so that I think I mentioned this earlier, but just to kind of elaborate is so if you have 3 trades and then you trade 3 monsters, that's all your trades. So bulk trading doesn't mean that it's only one trade. Even though it's in a package sort of deal, it still counts the individual monsters. So if you have 2 trades, you can only trade a package of 2. If you have 3, then so on and so forth. Can we trade second Evos with this update? No. That is still currently one of the things that we have locked. I can talk about it with the team, but we still feel like second evolving is kind of an individual thing, very sort of end game content. Even though the content is from a year or so ago, it's still one of those things that we feel like should be a challenge for the individual player, to achieve. You still get help from your troop doing Lost Temple, but we still feel like it's an individual challenge to be able to power up your team. Let's see. So someone says, what if someone sets up a trade and then hides them in the storage in their team and then they accept? I'm pretty certain. So basically there's a thing, or what I'm not sure about is the exact error message, but basically if I made a trade with someone and I said, hey, I want those 2 monsters, and then they put one in their storage, basically it would prevent me from making that sort of trade. I think it gives some sort of error, and I can't recall quite what that is. But you're not allowed to do that. So that doesn't really happen. So basically, that's some sort of attempted exploit, but that has not been around for a long time. Like, you should not be able to do that. Okay, let me check a couple more questions on this. Show the passive level. Let me check. Actually, that's a good question. I can't recall if it showed that or not. Let's see. Oh, you're right. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Good eye. So we do not have the passive level. That is a good point. So we do have R boosting and the perfection and the passive, but not the actual passive level. Good eye. Let me leave some feedback on that. Show passive level. And we still are testing this. I mean, it's not going to come out tomorrow. It's still going to be a little bit longer, but that is definitely something we can update. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Oh, someone's asking you about hats. I believe it's next week, but I do have another stream coming up pretty soon. Hopefully gonna have it come out next week, and we'll announce it on Facebook and Twitter. But I will be giving out some hats in that. That next stream is gonna be really cool, and we'll announce more information about it on Twitch. I mean, on Twitter and Facebook. Let's see. Let's see if I have any other ones. So someone's asking if you have two, or Skopek is asking if you have two open trades, is it possible to make a trade for a third one? If it does it queue for the next day? I don't think it does that. I don't even think the current system allows that sort of thing. Like, I think it just allows. I mean, I guess that's kind of smart. That actually it might. I mean, you have a certain amount of proposals, and I think maybe they'd be able to select that. That's actually a really good question. I mean, the best answer I can give you is it shouldn't be any different from how it works now. So however it works now, if it allows the queue, then I think this one should too. And then however many trades that you have can be accepted. But I don't think that should change at all. Okay, let me see if I have any more.